Well, hello. Welcome to the asynchronous version of science, physical science. So yeah, here's our Thursday, Friday lesson for January 28th and 29th. Starting as always with our daily agenda and any announcements. Of course, Pusheen here, ready to go. The only announcement is that mid-try has passed. I hope you've reviewed your grades. And also, apparently, the yearbook, today's the last day to purchase the yearbook. You can't get one later. For materials, as usual, you need the module for Canvas, which we're in right now. You will need EWIT Lesson 6, the PowerPoint, as well as the Word document. For homework, make sure you are studying, make sure you're reviewing the notes. Think about what items you could bring the class that you have around the house that you would be able to place in water that would make a sound. So obviously nothing electrical. And make sure you've completed all tasks. Now, your learning check for today may have to be completed outside of class. We'll get to that in a moment. Here are our objectives and then our learning objectives for the day. All right, so everything will be in the PowerPoint and on the Word document except for the assignment you'll be turning in. So that's why there's no submission button. Try to reduce the confusion from the last one. So today's lesson is on light and color. You're to go through the PowerPoint and yes, take notes. The PowerPoint starts with some new information about light waves, followed by a test your knowledge. So just within the PowerPoint, kind of like, a little quiz to work you through. Then we've got some Bill Nye the Science Guy for you. Really, really good episode, really good information on light and color. After Bill Nye, again, in the PowerPoint, there'll be a slide reminding you that on the Word doc, just some questions about some of the content Bill went over. So it's kind of like a test your knowledge kind of thing. I did not put the answers on the PowerPoint because that will be for next class. After Bill Nye, there is a little clip from NASA going over why the sky is blue, right? And then a little bit on why sunsets are red. So it's all related. Pay super close attention to that. Bill Nye also goes over that. And then there's a couple of slides after the NASA clip about, just explains a little bit further why the sky is blue with the scattering, and then about sunsets. Reminder, you are not turning in these notes. That is why there is no submission button. Here is the PowerPoint and here is the Word doc. So even when I click on it, because I made it, obviously it works for me. I will find out during second period if there are any issues going on and hopefully be able to correct them. So yeah, here's the whole PowerPoint. It does have sound as I go through things with you. Test your knowledge. There's Bill. Everything is embedded for you in the PowerPoint. And then, of course, to the end. And then the Word documents. So I made sure to highlight in yellow so you remember what you should be filling in as you go. So definitely not a lot as last time. Here is the test your knowledge portion. So you can just highlight your answers or bold them, make them a different color. And there's some multiple choice, true and false. Here's the Bill Nye portion where you fill in the blanks. Oh, what happened there? And I put some notes, some points of emphasis for you. In the Bill Nye video, you don't have to go all the way to the end. I stopped it right before they got to the Crayola factory, but of course you're more than welcome to watch the remaining 4 to 5 minutes if you choose. Then here's the little quote unquote quiz. You'll notice you're just going to highlight what is in capital letters. So like number 1, the color of your shirt is the color of your shirt is the color it absorbs or reflects. And you can highlight or bold, or you can get rid of the other answer or whatever makes you happy. But I wouldn't get rid of the other answer just because in case it's wrong, then you can fix it next week. And then there's a little true and false portion. There's a place for your NASA video, and that is it for this part of the lesson. Now, the part you'll be submitting, this is not what you're used to. I'm not giving you a little quiz for you to do. You know, Ms. Spadafino likes to keep you on your toes. So for today's learning check, you will explain to a 3rd grader why the sky is blue. So this would be like a 7 or an 8-year-old child that came up to you and said, you know, maybe it's your little brother or sister, cousin, niece, nephew, I don't know, aunt, uncle, whomever, and they say, why is the sky blue? And you can't say, go ask mom, go ask Miss Spadafino. No, you have to explain it as simple as possible. So the cool thing about this is that this shows me that you understand what's happening because you're able to simplify it for a child. Kind of like what teachers do every single day. Now, as always, you can decide how you want to do this. You can make a visual and talk over it. You can make a video and maybe you're talking to a stuffed animal. You decide how you want to do this. I'm always happy to hear your ideas. You can use, I had a student in the last one use TikTok and was able to upload it. I did find out that some students were using Keynote for Mac, which is a great tool, but for some reason I'm not able to open it. So I'm not quite sure why. It's interesting that Mac can use Microsoft products, but Microsoft can't use Mac or they're not compatible. I'm not sure. So I did reach out to the tech department to find out if there's a way around it, and we'll see what happens. But if you do use Keynote, let me know, and then we'll make sure it can work. You'll notice this is due Wednesday, February 3rd. So I'm giving you obviously time, but please, when you're done with the lesson and you're like, oh, there's 45 minutes left, don't take that as an opportunity to take an early break. Start working on this. You should be planning it. Maybe you'll even get it done. Like if it clicks in your head, get it done. But this is open till Wednesday, February 3rd, and then the assignment is locked. So checklist before you go. Make sure you've completed the lesson 6 notes, the Bill Nye, NASA, and why the sky is blue and the sun sets reddish. I completed or I'm working on the learning check. I ask questions during class, but know if I have questions later, I can email them to Ms. Spadafino or ask any questions during the next class. And you can now leave. You don't have to check in with me, but it's always nice for you to just pop in and say hi before you leave. All right, well, have a great day and a great weekend, and we will see you next week.